Have you ever had one of those days where you are being tested by God to see if you are going to do as He requests of you? Some days I go through those tests, and some days you want to give up. You want to say, turn my timer. You all need to remind me to turn my timer over. That's what my day has been like. Just test after test. And am I going to persevere? Am I going to do everything that I am required to do? So, that I'm going to talk about right now is, can you pick up the pieces after having to walk away from your dream? Now, all my life I've been a dreamer. I loved writing poems and stage plays and lyrics to music. I always had a song in my head, and I've always come short of the reaching my goals. I was in a band once, and I was getting brutalized every day trying to go and practice. The band members didn't know what I was going through. Just that, my spouse did not want me in a band, and I wanted to be in a band. And so my apology to the band that I couldn't give 100%, but that was way back in the 80s, but it was the 70s. I think it was the 70s. But I still had the experience. When I got into the film industry, that was totally by accident. I remember one day walking downtown in Atlanta, and an agent walked over to me and she says, "Have you ever thought about being in movies?" And I think I looked at her in total shock, because I couldn't believe anybody walked up to me and asked me that I wanted to be in a movie. A few years later, when I was a victim, and anybody knows my story from Annihilator of Innocence, my perpetrator, the perpetrator, not my perpetrator, the perpetrator, was walking down the street with me when they was looking for extras for the movie with Tyne Daly called Kids Like These. And my perpetrator, the perpetrator, jumped on it, and the next thing I knew, we were extras, and he's actually sitting behind Tyne Daly, and I'm sitting in the audience. And to save my children, the choice that I made to save my children, I ended up in a coma. And in that situation, I didn't remember anything. I didn't remember anything. So I had to relearn everything. And while I was doing that, my daughter and my son was being taken back and forth to court, and a trial began while I was trying to recover. And when I got out of the hospital, I had Dee Voigt's business card, and I called Dee, and Dee said, "I've been looking for you." And I said, "Well, I have your card." And she says, "Well, I'm looking for ethnic talent, and would you like to be a casting agent with me?" And I was like, "Well, extras, casting agents." That sounded fascinating. So I began with Dee Voigt. She did not care. She did not. I learned everything I am on the film industry, on film sets, and navigating the streets of Atlanta, going back and forth to court, casting for people on my way. I had me some little business cards made up at Kinko's, and I just began to work. No questions asked. Not, can you do this? Can you not do this? I just said yes. And I followed my dream anyway, no matter what the circumstances were. Many times, the struggles is real. I ended up homeless. I had my stuff sat out on the side of the street in my neighborhood, but my neighbors loved me, and instead of just snatching things, they'd come and ask me, can they have this, that, or the other? But I have my faith in God that He will take care of me. And I always told my kids, every time it looks like I'm failing, He's always going to lift me up to the next level. And He did. If with birds, sometimes they bring and start putting thorns in their nest so the birds can learn to fly. If they don't learn to fly, they sit in that nest, they will die. So I went through a lot of changes, and I constantly had to walk away, pick up the pieces, and start all over again. But one thing about this industry is this industry will wait on you. It will be here. It's the industry that you can grow old in, because there's always something to do. So when I would pull away, I would come back in and do something else. So I know if I can do this, you can do this. And I would tell people, you can walk away from your dream, and you can come back and pick up the pieces. The pieces are waiting for you to just stack them all back up again and play with them like a puzzle and put them together again. Your life is not void of opportunities unless you just sit on it and don't give it an opportunity to be what it needs to be by putting in the work, as some people say. But when I was going through those moments, though, those times when I was down, I still had people coming to me asking me for advice while I was going back and forth to court, dealing with the trial, dealing with trying to regain my memory. I was learning things that you can't pick up in books. Because there's nothing like learning about a set until you're on a set. It is an incredible adventure. It's, oh my God, I loved all of it. From reading the script to the casting, to watching the artists be developed, to watching the sets being built, from being built to broken down, watching the lighting department, watching special effects, watching wardrobe and makeup, watching everything, even the changing streets. Okay, I can go on and on. Okay, I can go on and on. Even the legal part was exciting to me. So I'm just going to say, anything you're going to do, don't just think about the front of the camera and just becoming a celebrity without thinking about what it's going to take to get you there. Because it's going to take a team. You're going to need a team of people to help you make it and to be the success that you hope to be. Now, a lot of people may be looking at me and saying, Tahiera Monique Brown, you ain't nobody. Well, I've been called that, but I helped a whole lot of nobodies become somebody in this industry, and I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that I can say that. And one thing about coming on to social media, those people that had been trying to find me, like, what happened to Tahiera Brown, was able to find me again, and many of them came to say thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for casting me in this film and casting me in that film. You cast me when I was nobody. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about the industry. You know, I used to get on the trains and the buses and take a card when I needed to find extras for films and give them my card, have my name and information on it, and write on the back and tell them, look me up and find out that I'm legitimate, that I'm really who I say I am. So be who you say you are. Do what you believe you can do and stay focused on it, so that even when times are bare, when it looks like there's nowhere for you to go in this business, sit back, meditate on it, dream about it, believe in it, and help make your dreams come true by putting one foot in front of the other and go out and meet people that can help you, because you can't do it alone. You gotta have a team. This is Tahiera Monique Brown. Remember, you still have a dream that you can feel, and you don't have to walk away thinking it's not doable, because times got hard. When times get hard, that's when you get ready, because God is getting ready to bless you. Trust in that, and you will see that I am telling you the truth. I am a witness. I am a living witness.